For latest astrology videos, subscribe AstroEdify channel and press this bell icon to get notified when a new video goes live. Hello everybody, welcome to AstroEdify. Today we are going to talk about a specific condition of planets which is known as Vargottam, and we will also discuss what are the positions of Pushkarbhaga as well as Pushkaramsa when they manifest in the chart and what are their results that we are going to see today. So let's start this video. If you want to book a consultation for yourself, you can go on this website. The link is given in the description. So we are discussing today the concepts of Vargottam planets, Pushkaramsa planets and planets placed in Pushkarbhaga. These are three different positions of planets which can happen in a chart, and when they happen, that we will discuss today. And after that, most importantly, we will see that what kind of results we can expect when a planet is Vargottam or it is in Pushkaramsa or Pushkarbhaga, and what is the difference in the results in these three positions. So that we are going to see today. Before that, I would like to request that I have already made detailed videos on basic fundamentals of the astrology, including the Panchanga and everything. If you have not watched those videos, you can watch in the playlist of the channel. That will highly help you to understand the important yet very basic fundamental concepts of Vedic astrology. So we are going to proceed ahead with the position of Vargottam first. You might have heard about this position. Many people who are aware of Jyotish for a significant amount of time, they understand and they know this particular term, Vargottam. But what does it mean? See, Vargottam mainly means that a planet is sitting in the same sign in the Navamsha as well as in the birth chart. That is what Vargottam means. So if a planet, for example, let's take Jupiter. If Jupiter is sitting in the sign of Sagittarius in the birth chart, as well as it is sitting in the sign of Sagittarius in the Navamsha chart, D9 chart, then it will be termed as Vargottam. It can happen with any planet. So if a planet is sitting in the same sign in the birth chart and in the D9, that is the Navamsha, then it is termed as Vargottam. However, this concept can be further taken into other divisional charts as well. Primarily, we always see Vargottam planets in Navamsha chart. But let's suppose if a planet is placed in the same sign in other divisional charts also, like D10, then we will see that that particular planet is Dashmansha Vargottam. D10 is Dashamsha, which is seen for career. So let's suppose Jupiter is in Sagittarius in the birth chart, but in Navamsha it is not in Sagittarius, but in Dashamsha again it is falling in Sagittarius. So we will say that Jupiter is Dashamsha Vargottam, not Navamsha Vargottam. But the main concept applies only when a planet is in the same sign in birth and Navamsha chart. Now there are three types of Vargottam conditions. One is Rashi Vargotham, when the planet is sitting in the same sign, like I give you the example of Jupiter being in Sagittarius in birth and Navamsha. It is known as Rashi Vargotham, sitting in the same sign. Then the second is Bhavottam, means sitting in the same house. Let's suppose Sun is sitting in the 10th house in the birth chart, as well as sitting in the 10th house in the Navamsha chart. Even though its sign can differ, it can be in different signs in both these charts, but its house is same. If the house is same, then we will term it as Bhavottam. Then the last is Tattva Vargottam. Tattva means the element. So there are four elements, technically five, but Rashis are divided into four categories: fire, earth, air and water. So let's suppose if a planet like Mars is sitting in a fiery sign in Aries in the birth chart, but in Navamsha it is going in Leo. So it means that it is sitting in the same element of fire. It is in Aries, which is a fiery sign in the birth chart, and in Navamsha it is falling in Leo, which is again a fiery sign. So this is known as Tattva Vargottam, when the element is same. So the thing here is that we can categorize Vargottam conditions in three categories. One is Rashi Vargottam, when the same sign is there. Second is house, Bhavottam, when the same house is there. And third is same element, Tattva Vargottam, when the same element is there in the planet in birth and Navamsha chart. Now, this is the table which you can see here, that when at a particular point a planet enters into Vargottam position. So, if a planet is in Aries and it is in Ashwini Nakshatra and in the first pada, then only it can become Vargottam, otherwise not. Each zodiac sign has 2.5 nakshatras. and each nakshatra has 4 padas. So the thing here is that Aries contains 3 nakshatras. One is Ashwini, second is Bharani, third is half part of Kritika. Now thing here is that a planet sitting in Aries can only become Vargottam when it is in Ashwini nakshatra, and also it has to be in the first pada of Ashwini. It cannot be Vargottam in second, third or fourth pada. So the thing here is that this table which you are seeing here, it shows that at what particular position a planet becomes Vargottam in Navamsha chart. So it is valid for every zodiac sign. Like for example, Taurus is there. So if you will say any planet is sitting in Taurus, it has to be in a Rohini nakshatra, but in that too, it has to fall in second pada. It cannot be, if it is in first pada, it cannot be Vargottam. In third or fourth pada also, it cannot be Vargottam. So the thing here is that there are particular padas in a particular nakshatra which are assigned for manifesting the condition of Vargottam in a chart. So this is that table which you are seeing, which tells us that at what particular pada in a particular nakshatra, in a Rashi, a planet, if it is sitting there, it becomes Vargottam in Navamsha. So this is what it is. Now the now the next most important thing which we are going to take is, how does Vargottam planet function? Now this is quite important, because most of the time I have seen people that they are quite obsessed by being by a planet which is Vargottam. They think that it is good. Now remember, this is an important clarification. Vargottam simply means the planet is strong, that's all. It does not mean that it is good or bad. If you think that you have a Vargottam planet and it is good, it can be, but the thing here is that Vargottam does not show the inherent nature of the planet. It does not show that it is good or bad. It is malefic for you or benefic for you. It shows that just this planet has some strength. That's all. For example, take Leo ascendant. And for Leo ascendant, Saturn is a Marak planet. It is the lord of 6th and 7th house. So it is an extremely malefic planet for Leo ascendant. Now, if we say that Saturn is exalted, let's suppose. Now Saturn is exalted, you will think that this is a good situation. And we take that Saturn is Vargottam also. Let's suppose Saturn is exalted and we say that Saturn is Vargottam as well. Now the thing here is that yes, Saturn is very powerful because it is first of all exalted and it is Vargottam. It means that it is extremely powerful. But if you say that this Saturn is good or bad, you will say that this Saturn is malefic. The reason is that it is a 6th and 7th lord for Leo ascendant. It is a strong malefic. It is a strong enemy. So you have to see and assess that if the planet is your enemy and it is getting strong, then it is a bad situation for the native, because now you are becoming weak and your enemy is becoming powerful. And what does enemy do? It harms you. It creates problems for you. It creates difficulties in your life. So if you say that, yeah, a planet which is strong malefic, it is a strong Marak, and it is exalted or well placed in a friendly sign or in own sign, and it is getting Vargottam, it means that this planet is simply powerful. It has strength, that's all. If that planet is a malefic in the chart, its nature is still going to be malefic. Vargottam cannot change that. Understand this. So the next time when you see a chart and you see that a planet is Vargottam, you have to assess the nature of the planet as well. If the nature of the planet is good, no doubt that result are going to be good in the dashas. But if the planet is malefic for you, it is an enemy for you, you cannot expect that planet to give you good results. It can give you good results in some aspects of life, but some aspects will definitely be hampered tremendously, because it is ultimately an enemy for you. That is the job role of that planet. It has to bring problems, difficulties, harms, troubles in your life. So the thing here is that Vargottam simply tells us that the planet has strength, it has power. That's all. It does not tells you anything about the nature. So that is one thing. Now simply if you say that, okay, you have 9th lord. For let's suppose we take Aries ascendant, 9th lord will become Jupiter. Now Jupiter is Vargottam. Now Jupiter is Vargottam, and Jupiter is, let's suppose, sitting in own sign. Let's suppose it is in Pisces or it is in Sagittarius and it is getting Vargottam. Now this planet is a good planet for you because it is the ninth lord, it is a Trikona lord, and it is Vargottam, and it is natural benefic also. It means that it has power and it is your friend. So it means that it has full potential to bring positive, auspicious results in your life. So that is how you have to assess. Okay. So this is what Vargottam is. You just have to see that this planet is gaining strength or not. And one more thing, sometimes planet becomes debilitated and it is Vargottam. So if a planet is debilitated in the birth chart and it is debilitated in the Navamsha chart, it will still be Vargottam. But now you have to see that this planet can lose strength also. The reason is that debilitation is always negative for a planet. And if this planet is not undergoing Neech Bhanga, it means the Neech Bhanga Raj Yoga is not happening, the cancellation of debilitation is not there, then it, or the support from that planet is not there in whose sign it is sitting. Let's suppose, take an example. Moon is debilitated in Scorpio, and Moon is debilitated in Scorpio and it is becoming Vargottam. So it means that it is debilitated in Navamsha as well as in the birth chart. Now you have to see that if this moon is sitting in Scorpio, it is sitting in the sign of Mars. Now if it is gaining Neech Bhanga by Mars, then it will give positive results. And if it is getting support from Mars, if Mars is well placed, even though the Neech Bhanga is not happening, it will still be helping the native. But the point here is that if Mars is also badly placed in the birth chart and no Neech Bhanga is happening, no support from Mars is coming to the moon, this means that this moon has lost its power, because now this moon is not only debilitated in birth, it is also debilitated in Navamsha, and it is not getting support either in the birth chart from Mars or in the Navamsha chart from Mars. Then it means that this moon has lost its strength completely and it has become a malefic for the person. So Vargottam not necessarily always shows that the planet is going to be powerful. If the planet is malefic, sitting in enemy sign or in a debilitation sign, and it is not getting the support from the planet upon whom it is dependent, then that planet will lose the power as well. Now this Vargottam situation will become really bad, extremely bad, because now the planet has no strength whatsoever. So I can give you the general results also. Let's suppose if moon is debilitated Vargottam and gains power by Mars, what will happen? That this moon will have strength given by Mars. So it can show a person who is rigorous, competitive, fighting spirit is there, relentless, stubborn. Once they think they are going to be focused on that, a person has scientific, logical, practical attitude, research skills, analysis, logical skills. These things can be seen. A person who is introvert, who are not very good with their feelings and all, sharing of their feelings, that kind of things can be seen. It increases the sexuality in the person. So these things can be seen with respect to a positive aspect of moon. But if let's suppose this moon is entirely badly placed, it is debilitated and no Neech Bhanga is there, no support from Mars is there, it is still Vargottam. Now moon will create a lot of problems for the native. It can bring mental problems, emotional problems, psychological problems, problems with the mother, problems with problems in childhood, a really harsh upbringing, a twisted mindset, anger issues, mood swings, digestive problems, blood circulation issues. A lot of problems can be seen if this moon is badly placed. I am just giving you an example. So the thing here is that you have to understand the fact that if a planet is Vargottam and debilitated, you have to check that how it is getting the strength from the planet upon whom it is dependent. If it is getting the strength, it is fine. If it is not, then that planet, even if it is Vargottam, it will still be considered very weak. So that is how you have to see. Okay. And in the first example which I talked about, where I talked about Saturn. So Saturn is a malefic there in Leo ascendant. So if Saturn is 6th and 7th lord and it is powerful and it is Vargottam, it means that it has capacity to damage. It can create health problems. It can create loans and debts. It can hamper the marital life of the person or the health of the spouse. or business problems can be seen. Anything like that can be seen. So the thing here is that you have to see the planet itself. That is how you have to judge a planet which is Vargottam in the chart. Okay, now let's talk about another condition, that is Pushkaramsa. Now Pushkaramsa happens in a particular, this is also the table which you are seeing here. It depends on the element of the Rashi. So for fire signs, if any planet in the chart is sitting in a birth chart, is sitting in a fiery sign, means Aries, Leo and Sagittarius, and it is falling in Libra or Sagittarius in Navamsha chart, then that planet will be termed as in Pushkaramsa. Similarly, for earth signs, if any planet is in earth sign and it is falling in Taurus and Pisces in the Navamsha, then it is in Pushkaramsa. And for air signs also the same situation, air sign Taurus and Pisces in Navamsha, it will be in Pushkaramsha. And for water signs, it is Cancer and Virgo. If any planet is in water sign in the birth chart and it is in Cancer and Virgo in Navamsha, then it means that it is in Pushkaramsha condition. Now what does this Pushkaramsha means, that we will see. First of all, see here that there are total 24 Pushkaramshas, and 9 each of Jupiter and Venus are there, and 3 each of Moon and Mercury are there. So Pushkaramsa always happens in the signs of natural benefics. It never happens in the sign of natural malefics. It never happens in the sign of Sun, Mars, Saturn. It never happens in that. It always happens in the signs of Jupiter, Venus, Moon and Mercury. And mainly Jupiter and Venus are assigned 9 Pushkaramshas each, and Moon and Mercury are assigned 3 Pushkaramshas each. Now out of these particular situations, 3 Pushkaramshas are very powerful, very powerful. They are Taurus, Cancer and Sagittarius. If any planet is in Taurus and it is Vargottam, it will be in Pushkaramsa also. Remember that. If a planet is in Taurus and it is Vargottam, it will be in Pushkaramsa also. Similarly, for Cancer and Sagittarius as well, if a planet is in Cancer or Sagittarius and it is Vargottam, it will be in Pushkaramsa also. Means that planet will have strength as well as positive nature as well. Now the difference here is that planets in Pushkaramsa and Pushkarbhaga not only gain strength, but they also gain auspiciousness. And if they are malefic in the chart, reduction in their maleficence and enmity happens. This does not happen in Vargottam condition. That is the basic difference and a major difference between Vargottam and Pushkaramsa or Pushkarbhaga. So Pushkaramsa condition shows us that the planet not only is powerful, not only gaining strength, but also gaining auspiciousness or reduction in maleficence if it is malefic in the chart. That is a totally entirely different thing. Okay, so you have to assess the same planet in the how I have said to you, I have explained in Vargottam condition, you have to assess in the same manner. But if a planet is in Pushkaramsa, it means that, let's suppose I talked about Saturn being in being Vargottam for Cancer or Leo ascendant. It means that it is a powerful planet, but it is a malefic. But if it is entering into Pushkarbhag or Pushkaramsa, means the reduction in maleficence of that planet will also happen. That is a important thing which does not happen in being Vargottam. Okay, so this is how you have to see. Now the last condition is Pushkarbhag. Now Pushkarbhag happens at a particular degree only. Whenever any planet, this is a table which you can see, but whenever any planet is in Aries, let's suppose, and it is exactly at 21 degrees, then it will fall in Pushkarbhaga of Libra. Means it will be in Pushkaramsa, but Pushkarbhaga is a specific point at a particular degree. When that planet is sitting at that particular degree, then only it can enter into Pushkarbhaga. So Pushkarbhaga means a planet will not only be in Pushkaramsa, but also in Pushkarbhaga in most of the signs. But if a planet in Pushkarbhaga, Bhag means a position, and Pushkar means where planet gains power, maleficence reduces, and auspiciousness. Pushkarbhaga means auspiciousness is gaining in the planet. So if that is happening, then that becomes a really good situation for that planet to function in. So this table which you can see here, it shows that at what particular degree in a what particular sign a planet enters into Pushkarbhaga situation. There are only 2 zodiac signs where a planet is in Pushkarbhaga but not in Pushkaramsa. That is Leo and Scorpio. If a planet is in Leo at 19 degrees, it will not be in Pushkaramsa. It will only be in Pushkarbhaga. Similarly, if it is in Scorpio at 11 degrees, it will not be in Pushkaramsa but only in Pushkarbhaga. So this means that the planet rest all conditions. Planet, if it is in Pushkarbhaga, it will also be in Pushkaramsa as well. So generally, it and the most powerful situation, the highest possible situation is in Taurus. If a Taurus, any planet, if it is in Taurus, it will if it is in Pushkaramsa and in Pushkarbhaga, it will be Vargottam. So the thing here is that if a planet is in Taurus, it means that that planet will not only be in Pushkarbhaga, but will also be in Pushkaramsa situation and will also be Vargottam as well. So this is what we can say, that yeah, Pushkarbhaga is the situation where the planet raises its quality and it becomes quite significantly positive as well. Even though it is negative, the reduction in the maleficence of that planet happens. That is the situation. That is why we say that a planet, if it is in Pushkarbhag or in Pushkaramsa, it is considered generally beneficial for the person. So this is how these three things are categorized in the chart, and I hope that you would have understood that what is the difference in these three conditions of Vargottam, Pushkarbhag and Pushkaramsa, and how they are calculated, that I have told to you, and how they are analyzed, that we have discussed. So far, I think that you would have understood the differences as well as the calculation and the result these planets can give in these particular situations. So that's all for today. In the next video, we will talk about another important aspects of Jyotish, where we will discuss about various particular things like Gandant and Badhak situations, and how a planet functions when it is in combustion, everything, various concepts that we will cover in the next video. So that's all for today. If you are new to my channel, subscribe below for more. Check on my website and Facebook page and Instagram. Otherwise, we will meet in the next video. Till then, goodbye and thank you.